Oh my goodness, it's literally flooding.
Yeah.
Holy!
So it's Monday morning, and we've got 1,000 foot of temporary fence to set up around a national hamburger chain. Let's get to it. While the guys were out setting up temporary fencing, Matt was back at the fabrication shop coming up with something that was a little outside of our wheelhouse. But the client was pretty demanding. Who's the client, you might ask? Well, it's my sister, Sarah.
Today I'm going to be building some farm braces. We're going to make a corner brace out of this old pipe, and we're also going to be making an H brace. Yeah, right on.
This project turned into a bit of a team affair. Matt knocked out the corner brace while John wrapped up the H brace. Not a bad day.
It is raining and there's no power.
And it's being at the top too.
What'd you do? I left and everything was fine. I come back and this.
I blame Josh, honestly.
No,
You would blame Josh. You would.
Your camera waterproof?
Weather sealed. That's not good. Should we? What is this stuff?
Those are films that have to go back.
Okay. Oh my goodness, it's literally flooding.
Yeah.
Holy! Hold up.
Yeah. It looks right.
Wait, what? Oh, that.
Oh, it's paper. It's not rice.
Nice.
It's
Oh.
coming from all the way up there.
That's ridiculous.
God, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's hitting the.
It's hitting, yeah, that thing. And the sandbags were there, so I moved the sandbags.
Yeah.
So, you know, where it flooded before,
Yeah.
it's flooding now because the sandbags are stopping the water. So it's like a double-edged sword.
Uh-huh.
You got to move the sandbag to get the water flowing.
The
but
water's
to move
coming
the
off.
sand-
You might have to knock
so much water.
I was like standing, I was like, oh yeah, it's flooding. And I looked down, I'm like, oh, it's like half an inch deep.
One day we're gonna have
Oh my.
Look at all that water, so all that water's just running down that side of the tree and dumping down the drain.
Yeah, it's cooling like crazy right there.
Yeah. And then, as luck should have it, it rained some more. So while we're sitting in the dark and generally watching it flood, the guys are back out finishing up the temporary fencing project from the day before. The guys were successfully able to finish up the project and head back to the office where we were still waiting for power. Now on Friday, we had our first ever Contractor Appreciation Day, where we invited in retail and wholesale clients to break bread. We brought in some good food. We talked about the materials we offered, the different tools we had available, the services that we could offer our retail and wholesale clients. I think it went pretty great. I didn't even know to put the picture bar in. So due to the build out of the fulfillment room, we've had a ton of Uline purchases. And with Uline purchases come freebies. What better way to use these freebies to raffle them off at the first ever Contractor Appreciation Lunch? There you are. Now what you guys won't see is Blake with the fence guys. He won the grill, the main prize, and then he gave it back to be raffled off at next week's Final Friday lunch. Speaking of Blake, while he was here, we sat down and learned more about his fence story. I think it's incredibly interesting.
We had the job marked, this one job marked out. We poked a hole with the 85, and all we pulled out a wire about 4 foot long.
Oh no.
Well, we were like, power's still working inside. What could, it must just been a piece of throwaway. They just buried.
Yeah.
A week later, we get a phone call. All my lights are like not working. My garage door won't open. My dishwasher's not working. I called my electrician. He showed up about 2 minutes after I did. Kind of find out we had just pulled the common out. You got positive, negative, common. We pulled the common out, burned all the light bulbs up, fried the motherboard on the dishwasher, and fried the motherboard on the garage door motor.
Want to see the entire interview? Well, then you're going to need to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that when we upload it, YouTube will let you know. Now, let's scoot over to the stain shop where Dalton has a better idea on how to store the drying strips.
All right, so thought of a solution for our drying strip predicament. Originally, they were actually in one of these orange bins right here, but the problem is they were getting kind of jumbled together. They were getting too top heavy, so sometimes these would fall over and it would be a pain to get it back up. So what I thought of doing was taking a pallet, just a pallet that we're not using, and I used wood screws and screwed in these 2x4 scrap pieces into the side, so I kind of have like a corral situation going on here. And so I took all of the drying strips from the orange bins and I laid them out right here. This keeps everything kind of concise, and I'm able to kind of recess it back here, saves room in the shop.
We used to put fittings in it. We've got fitting storage now. We used to do stain in it. We got stain storage now.
Now, I normally live stream on Saturdays. I hold a live Q&A with you guys, the audience. Once a quarter, we have a meeting here internally with our executive advisory committee. It's essentially the different division heads of each part of our company. We come together once a quarter on a Saturday, so the phones aren't ringing. Nobody needs just one more minute of our attention. we can sit down and really go over a deep dive in how the company is doing financially, where we're headed, and who needs help with what coming up. It's a great opportunity for the leaders in our company to learn more about it and see where we're going, and also allow for maybe some leadership growth. It's something new that we've started, but I like it a lot. And there you have it. Another week's in the books. I hope you guys are enjoying this just as much as we are. We're having a blast with it. I hope that comes through the camera to you guys at home. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I always love interacting with you guys there, and understand this is always a work in progress. We are up for suggestions. Until next week, I'm Joe Everest, the fence expert, reminding you that good fences make good neighbors.